I'd like to welcome everybody into the final round of the consolation bracket of the Gym City Classic between the New Heights Lady Cougars and the McAuley Lady Warriors. Both teams at the bottom of their respective brackets after New Heights lost on Thursday to Seneca, and McAuley lost yesterday to Diamond. And so both teams here have a chance to kind of redeem the tournament, come out with a final win, and get set up here for this kind of short pre-Christmas part of the season. So good to have a couple returning players for the New Heights Cougars, as Ellen Nelson is coming out of concussion, and having Prater back as well gives the Lady Cougars more options for the rotation after everything was pretty thin in our last game.
Please stand for the playing of the national anthem.
So we're going to go ahead and start off here with the national anthem, as this is the first game of the day as the Gym City tournament concludes. So the Lady Cougars, playing against Seneca, played at an earlier time at a different gym because Seneca, who won the state football championship yesterday, weren't able to play on Friday, so they moved that game up to Thursday so that everybody could be at the game. So the Cougars in black tonight will be the visiting team.
Starting lineup for New Heights Lady Cougars, Julia Sanchez.
So starting lineups for the New Heights Cougars: sophomore Sanchez, senior Allie Stout, number 3, number 4, sophomore Ella Nelson returning back to the lineup, number 10 Jesse Beaver, senior, and number 21 senior Harley Doris. So we got Miggs, number 4, a senior. Number 12, Bahasic, a sophomore. Number 23, Gilligan, a junior. And Diaz, a senior. And number 3, Conrad, junior. So this is McAuley versus New Heights, and we usually play them a couple times a year, crosstown private school rivals, and so definitely coaches and programs incredibly familiar with each other. These teams both have played each other. These girls in particular have played each other multiple times over their high school, middle school, maybe even elementary careers. So New Heights, sure ready to come out and put the pressure on, as McAuley only has 6 players on their varsity team. So kind of running their advantage. Try to tire them out with a shallow bench. And we're off. Able to secure the tip. Beaver sets up the offense over to Stout. Nelson sets the high screen, rolls. Ball tipped. Sanchez able to secure. Cougars looking to create some action out of the high post. Nelson looks a little confused as she's getting back into it. 3. Shot by Beaver. Wide open. Great shot. And to take that early lead. Skip pass. Tipped by Sanchez. Able to secure. Good play. Just stepped out of bounds. But good tip. And kind of like I suspected, we're going to see a lot of pressure early by the Lady Cougars. 25 throw the ball in. 23 Gilligan brings the ball up. Passes the ball down to Bohechik. Over to Mays. Mays back up top to Diaz. Diaz dribbles Sanchez on tight defense. Cougars running man. Jesse able to come up with the steal. Left-handed, no good. Cougars continue to push the defense as New Heights stays man. Ball pressure. So Buacek, she looks tipped by Nelson, and that's gonna, oh, nice save by Ella Nelson. What a save. I thought that ball was gonna go out of bounds, and she was able to secure it, and Jesse pass it back to Jesse. Jesse gets the easy underneath basket. Cougars pressuring high, and Bohechek's gonna get called for the travel. So early pressure by the New Heights Cougars, incredibly effective, as the Cougars open up with a 5-0 lead. So Beaver sets up the offense. Out in the high post. Over to Sanchez. Screen. Skip pass to Stout. Stout looks to the corner. Beaver thinks about it. Back up to Stout. High screen this time by Doors. Bounce pass to Sanchez. Over to the baseline. Wide open 2. Falls short. Stout secures the rebound. Back up for Nelson, and she's going to get fouled on the putback. And Ella Nelson have an opportunity by going to the free throw line.
Nelson draws a foul, 2 shots.
So Lady Cougars looking to create a high screen, a little bit of a penetration, and kick out to the far wing. And then see what kind of action they can get off of that. Nelson good on the first. Cougars haven't run a lot of man. So he's starting and good on both. Lady Cougars open up a 7-0 lead, so they're running a zone and then dropping back into man on defense. Bohechek, there's definitely a travel. Close on the first, and then she picked up that second. And travels in a turnover. Ball back to Lady Cougars. Chained in the offense. Got to cut her through. Beaver looks, backs, sets up the long 3 for Stout. Good rebound by Sanchez. Back to Sanchez. Thinks about it, drives in. Shot gets blocked. But Dorse is able to secure. Tough pass. Bohechek picks the ball off. And Gilligan's bringing the ball up. Ball contested. Diaz pulls it back out. Cougars stay in man. That pass is going to be tipped. We're going to get a push as Beaver came through, contesting the pass. It just kind of runs into her. Going to get called for the first team foul for New Heights. Good inbounds coverage. Ball into Diaz. Diaz low, and we're going to get another foul on the push on Nelson. She was contesting that pass. So both those passes, Cougars just coming around on the backside, just drawing the contact. Diaz will throw the ball in. Ball right open in the middle. And a shot by number 4, Mays. False. True, got a great fast break opportunity here. Stout able to secure it. Kind of a long pass. A long pass. But good control by Stout to grab the ball, quickly get her feet set. And those long passes, you get buried underneath that backboard. And it's tough to make those shots, but she's able to secure it and make a quick shot. So McAuley calling a timeout. This is the 30-second timeout to regroup as the Cougars, with just under 5 minutes left in the first quarter, have a 9-0 lead. So Cougars running a 3-quarter press, dropping back into full man. Have been able to disrupt just enough passes, getting their hands on it and creating transition turnover opportunities for most of the Cougars' points this game. So I imagine Coach will keep some pressure on here for a couple more minutes of game time. No, we're going to drop back in to a zone. So Cougars now drop back into a zone. As Gilligan brings the ball up. Oh, another. Okay, that time Beaver almost tipped the ball, but it went off of Diaz's fingers. Turnover now, ball back to the Cougars. Beaver sets up the offense back to the high post, and we're going to get a kick. So trying to do a bounce pass into the entry, it looked like it was a kick on Gilligan. And it'll stay New Heights ball. High source out, entry pass to Ella. Ella looks underneath, tough shot. Gets her own rebound, kicks it back out to Sanchez. Sanchez, she's trying to hit Stout. She's trying to hit Stout on the bounce pass. She also had Beaver wide open at the top of the key. They're looking for that cross-court pass. Gilligan brings the ball up. Cougars jump. Ella unable to secure. And a good entry, so they're able to break that high pressure. And Conrad makes the first points for the Lady Warriors. Stout sets for the 3, just long. Ball's loose, and it's going to stay here. The ball went out on Diaz. So Cougars, not afraid to shoot the 3. Pretty low percentage shot for them in the previous game. Nice take by Doris. Doris, can't get the roll as she's fouled. So Doris getting the ball and really on the block and a couple steps. Takes a look at her shot. Just rolls off the backside of the rim, sending Doris to the line. Good on the first. Good free throw shooting early for the Lady Cougars. I like to see that, not just setting up those 3 opportunities, but also looking to get the ball inside. And Doris good on both. Ball to Gilligan. Cougars now running pressure. Ball to Conrad. Conrad looks for the low, over, and throws over her head. Looking for Gilligan underneath, but pass down it there. Got a little confusion on the substitution here. Coach was subbing in, so Nelson will grab his seat. And so that late substitution, they were able to still get it in. So Lackey now in, senior Lackey in for the Cougars. Last pass back to Doris. Doris is going to shoot for 3. Shoots low long. Board goes. Gilligan's looking to push up the ball up the court, looking for an open person, not able to find anyone. Up to Diaz. Over to Mays. Mays looks back in. Gilligan. Cougars running a 2-3. Conrad powers it up, unable to secure it. Jesse doing a good job of hanging on that ball. Allie, long 2, bounces off. And Conrad comes up with the ball. Oh, nice jump by Allie. Great play by Stout. jumps the pass and is able to find Lackey standing underneath. Lackey adjusts her feet and makes two and makes it a 13-2 game. High pass. Ooh, yeah, I mean, she just picked up that last foot, so it's kind of been an issue for him. So we got another couple of substitutions here as Quaddy and Prater come in for the Lady Cougars, given a rest. Bounce pass. Prater gets the ball at the top. Passes in, tough pass. Good hands by Stout to secure it. Loose ball. Lackey able to secure it. Ooh, high pass to Beaver. Beaver looks to set up the offense again. Picks up her dribble. Stout has a lane. Gets tripped. Gets tripped by Conrad. I didn't see the contact. My clock is pretty far off. 2:22. Just run down for a little bit. Lackey. Walk up to the Beaver. Sets up for that long three, that wing three. And we're going to get a foul on Lackey for a push. She comes across for the rebound. Doors to check back in as Stout grabs a seat. And Sanchez is going to come in for Beaver. So coach working on his rotations to keep everybody fresh here. We don't have to, again, we have more opportunities tonight with a couple of our varsity players back in the lineup. Cougars putting that pressure in, high pass. Conrad tries to save it, is able to do it. And that's another inerrant pass. Saved by Sanchez. Great hustle play, but pretty unnecessary as none of the Cougars, as far as I could tell, touched it. So it was either going to be a backcourt or out of bounds by McAuley. So good athletic play, but hope she's okay. And as number 10, Brink comes into the game for the Lady Cougars. Open underneath, Quaddy's going to get called for the push. She closes out and hits Conrad. And sends Conrad to the line to shoot two. So Quaddy just a little bit out of position. And a good bounce pass to Conrad. And so there's a collision down there. We got a substitution here. As Boachik comes in for number 4, Mays. So second shot here. Conrad. Long. Prater up for the rebound. Passes up ahead as Doris wasn't ready for the pass. Skip pass, it's in. Long shot off. Another fast break opportunity here up to Quaddy. Quaddy goes up for the 2 and makes the shot. So good pass by Doris. And Quaddy good hands to secure the pass. Prater putting the pressure on. Diaz steps through. Quaddy. A lot of hands reaching there for it. Able to kind of loosen up the ball, forcing Diaz to take a tough shot. Pass over to Prater. Prater into Quaddy. Quaddy puts the ball down. Over to Prater. Prater to Sanchez. Sanchez looks and thinks. Drives in. Tough shot. And it's going to stay Cougars ball. So Sanchez going in there trying to draw the contact. Both people moving, but no call given. On a Lackey. Up top to Doris. Back over to Sanchez for that inbounds play as Lackey sets. Good hands. We're going to get jump ball. And it'll stay. That play, that inbounds play where they set that screen across. And then slide the passer back in. We've seen not only our team, but several teams do that. They get caught on that pick on the low post. And get the inbounder over for a 3. Pass into Quaddy. Passes up top to Lackey. Pick up to Doris. Sanchez looks. Skip pass all the way over. Prater goes in for the little floater. Falls short. Rebound by Burnick. Gilligan picks up her dribble, passes up top. We got a collision. So Truly comes through. Reaches for the ball, and she draws some collision. That's going to be that's the 15th foul. And so that's now a shooting foul. So the 15th foul for the Cougars. And it's going to send Burink to the line to shoot 2. Short. Falls flat on the first. Short on the second. Prater secures the rebound. Moves the ball down, pushes it up to Doris. Doris looks for the next pass. Needs a little help. Big skip over to Sanchez. Sanchez, good drive. Comes into contact, yeah. So she came in. She jumped to shoot, and then Conrad was there. And she just jumped into her, not anticipating that. Lackey with the tip. So into the first quarter here at Diamond consolation bracket of the Gem City Classic. Cougars 15 and McAuley 2. So Cougars definitely effective whenever they put the pressure on to create turnovers and doing a great job of just tipping passes. They haven't been able to get all the way through them, and a couple times they've been able, they've given the foul as they've tried to get through and collided with the player. Offensively, they're getting some 3 opportunities, but it's good to see a couple second shot opportunities. And I want to see a little bit more of trying to get the ball on the inside, getting some of those jumpers, things underneath, to kind of balance out the offensive attack by the Lady Cougars. So good opportunity here with Cougars with an early advantage, seeing some substitutions, getting some players in, but I think we're going to go back, looks like, with 5 starters. Nelson, Beaver, Doris, Sanchez, and Stout. As we start the second quarter, it'll be Lady Warriors ball. Gilligan brings the ball up. Cougars bringing that high pressure. Nelson rips the ball loose. Diaz, another poke by Nelson. Just kind of mauling the ball pressure as Diaz gets the ball knocked out. She's able to secure it again. Long bounds to Gilligan. Cougars running a trap. Conrad tries to swing the ball loose, but the Cougars get a hand on it. Conrad goes up, is going to draw the foul on Stout. Conrad definitely has a strength. A pretty strong player down underneath. But the Cougars been able to kind of just make sure she doesn't get too good looks. They're good on the first. I believe Conrad has all 3 of their 2 points at this point in the game. And good on the second. Cougars quickly inbound. Good pass play. So as in that 2-1-2, as Conrad cheated up on the high post play, Ella cuts through and gets those points in the paint. Love to see that. It's something I was talking about coming into this quarter. Ball to Conrad. Pass to Gilligan. Ball's going to be tipped out, blocked. and it's going to be McAuley's ball. He has to throw the ball in. On to Mays. Mays guarded by Doris. Beaver able to secure the steal. Tough, little hard off the glass. Back over to Beaver. Beaver for two. Nelson grabbing the ball, and we're going to get a foul. Not sure I totally agree with that call. As Nelson gets her, I think, second foul. We don't have a counter, and I'm not keeping track myself. Gilligan bringing the ball up. Cougars ready in their three-quarter trap. Back to Gilligan. Skip pass to Conrad. Conrad drives in. We're going to get another foul. So this one's going to be on Doris. So foul on Doris as she drives in. So I think Coach B calling a timeout here to kind of talk about how to do that. So definitely trying to get the ball. McAuley's kind of trying to get the ball in there. Conrad to kind of create some opportunities. And as she's driving in, the Cougars reaching for the ball, unable to stop her. And they're drawing the foul. Cougars need to do a little bit better job of getting their bodies in position to slow those drives down. Not be so dependent on trying to reach the ball or block the shot at the end. Maybe kind of get that point, maybe we can draw an offensive foul. That's Doris's first foul of the game. Cougars already with 3 team fouls here pretty early in the second quarter. And send Conrad to the line for 2 more. Loops out on the first. And true on the second. Cut the lead to a 12-point lead for the Lady Cougars. Beaver dribbles through. Over to Stout. Stout looks, bounce pass up to Beaver. Cougars running a high-low set. Oh, nice find. Ella a little off platform, but able to get her own rebound and draws the foul. So again, Doris, whenever the McAuley's running a 2-1-2, get that ball to the high post, opens up an opportunity for that flasher down through on the ball side block. Nelson Long on the first. So that's your first, second shot. High floating shot is good. Cougars now running full man. Beaver putting the pressure on Gilligan. Gilligan handling the pressure well. Beaver stays tight. Passes the ball over. Diaz. Stout is going to get it with the body. So she was coming through. Bumped her torso into Diaz. That's 4 team fouls. That's Allie's second foul of the game. Ball in bounds. Over to Mays. Skip pass over to Diaz. Diaz back up to Boachek. Diaz as she looks for the high screen from Conrad. Cougars read it. And we're going to get a foul. So a foul on Boachek. Not quite sure. This was looked just like a loose ball to me. Everybody going in for the rebound, so I didn't necessarily see that foul there from Boachek. Bounce pass. Look for that flash cutter. Good take. Great play. I love that play design. Just get the block to bite a little bit. And it's not an easy shot. As Doris has to come through and curl around on the other side of the basket. But I definitely like the play. And we got a timeout. McAuley. So Coach Howard calling a timeout, sit down, talk to his players. Looks like we're getting a full timeout here. He's trying to make an adjustment on that play. Trying to help him know how to defend it. Because the Cougars have had some success on the past couple of possessions with that play. So he's talking them through what they're doing, what the Lady Cougars are doing, and how to slow that pass down. It's a good 2-1-2 breaker. So Coach B talking through his team, probably on the next play. You know, that's kind of the fun strategy of coaching and timeouts. You play something, you run it really effective, one coach calls a timeout to make adjustments, and then you go ahead and move on to the next thing. So all those adjustments don't matter too much. So Lady Cougars stay with their starting lineup coming out of the timeout. Ball to Gilligan. Gilligan brings the ball up over to Boachek. Cougars jump the pass. Bring it in the skip pass up to the high post. Gilligan drives. And able to cut it down to a 13-point lead, 20-7. Got to get a body here on Boachek. That's going to be her second foul, third team foul for the second quarter. Ball over to Stout. Stout for three. It's out. Ella coming in for the rebound. Diaz able to secure it. Over to Boachek. But poked by Jesse. Secure it. Gilligan looks for the pass up to Diaz. Diaz drives in, creates himself some space. Mays on the ball looking on the inside. Ella straight up and they're going to get called for the foul. So Ella Nelson going to draw her third foul of the game. Ella straight up. And familiar scene is here as Conrad goes to the line. Quaddy comes in for Nelson, who's now in foul trouble with 4:30 left in the second quarter. During the second, plenty of free throw opportunities for Conrad this game. Pass over to Beaver, picked off by Conrad, who's made, and just passes it over Gilligan. Gilligan working to save it, but it's going to bounce out. So McAuley reading that high pass, that pass in the high post. Cougars set back. Beaver just loses the dribble. Gilligan driving. Quaddy able to pick the bounce. And just throws it too high. Tough passing here for both teams. Gilligan drives in, looks for a shot. Not there, rolls off everybody's hands. Conrad Doris picks the ball, slaps the ball, and we're going to get a jump. It's a little sloppy by both teams on that last possession. A couple of quick turnovers. Some inerrant passing. Move over to Stout. Stout looks. Out to Doris. We're looking to set up the offense. Back into Quaddy. A little bit of an inerrant pass. Conrad's bringing the ball down. It's back up to Mays. Mays to Gilligan. Gilligan to Diaz. Block, foul, something like that. Down to Quaddy. Quaddy, good pump fake. Good ball fake by Quaddy. to pump Conrad over her. We'll come down with 2, 8-22. Oh, entry pass is totally there. Quaddy was fronting her, had some backside help. Man, tough pass. Good hands by Stout. Over to Beaver. Ball on that high pass. We're trying to run that play. Got her down. Opportunity here. Yeah, nice drive. Now when Conrad went down, kind of who's guarding the post, that Lane is gone. That's going to be a turnover. So with Conrad falling down, it opened up the lane, and Jesse made a great decision to drive through and take advantage of that opportunity to extend the lead to 14. So Lackey comes in and Prater comes in as Quaddy and Sanchez grab a seat. 2:30 left in the second quarter. High post. Again, they're reading that pass. Good hands by Beaver. All the way down to Doris. Doris with the left hand. Great hands by Jesse. Not only poke the ball, secure the ball, and get the ball down to Doris. High long pass. Gilligan secures. Skip pass. Ball into the inside. And we're going to get a foul. Familiar story. Conrad's going to the line. Conrad. Can't tell if she's gassed or if she's hurt. Has been the focal point of the offense for McAuley. Goes to the line to shoot 2. Get on the first. And what a high percentage of points for McAuley have been free throws by Conrad. The Cougars have had a tough time stopping her. – 12-26. Cougars leading. High pass. Stout trying to save it. Unable to secure it. And we're going to get a foul. Push. That's going to shoot 2. So Beaver, Jesse just threw a really high pass to Allie. Definitely everybody's kind of looking a little gassed here. Saturday mornings. Always a little bit of a tougher game. Gilligan to shoot her second. And rolls out. Beaver to bring the ball up. Again, they're waiting for that high pass. Got to break that low. Oh, nice floating pass. Doris looks for position as McAuley crashes, and we're going to get a jump. Oh, we're going to get 3 in the lane. So 3 in the lane substitution here. Sanchez comes in. Stout gets a breather. 131. Cougars bringing the pressure. Gilligan looks, passes back to Diaz. Diaz steps through, passes back to Gilligan. Gilligan to Mays. A little give and go action here. And that's a good press break. A little give and go action. Push the ball up. 14 points. Prater secures the pass. Drives in. Ball gets stripped. Back over to Sanchez. Sanchez for 3. Long. Nice pass. Nice rebound by Lackey. Doris comes in. She's going to draw the foul. And Carly will go to the line. It's a foul on Diaz, number 25. Long on the first. That's 3 fouls on Diaz. Stout comes in for Prater. And makes the second. 17-14. Boacek dribbles through, picks up her dribble. Beaver on defense. Gilligan has the ball down over to Mays. That give and go again. That's what they had scored on the last time. Just trying to find that give and go. Okay, Gilligan through. So it's saying Gilligan through, a little give and go action. Opportunity to get to the line. She's going to get a foul. That foul is on Lackey. Her third foul. So Lackey now comes out as Quaddy comes in. Well, in 27-15, Beaver slows down the offense. Coach notes that he wants one. Oh, jeez. There's a boneheaded play there to throw the ball back court again. Trying to stall out for the rest of the quarter. Brought Stout up for a second guard. Bessie able to tip the ball, but Gilligan secures. Got the cutter through. Sanchez, good defense. Good trap there as Doris is going to come in. And there's going to be a jump ball. And the arrow stays McAuley. Ball into Conrad. Conrad goes through. Good defense by Quaddy to stay with her, not give up a foul. Took the ball out of bounds. She's going to come back into Conrad. Now run front in Conrad. Good help by Doris. 4 seconds left. Up to Stout. Stout shoots a tough two. And that's going to end the first half.
27, McAuley 17.
So Cougars continue to struggle with Conrad there, and Gilligan gets a few opportunities off of their press. So pretty good adjustments by McAuley there in the second quarter to keep this game tight. At the end of the first quarter, definitely had the opportunity. The game had the opportunity to really get away from McAuley, but they made some adjustments to stay in it. And so Cougars with a 27-17 lead here after the first half. We'll take a break for the halftime, and we'll come back for second half action. So welcome back here for the second half of the New Heights Cougars versus McAuley Lady Warriors here in the consolation bracket of the Gem City tournament hosted by Diamond. Cougars with the 27-17 lead going into half. Could have been more, but they're having a tough time stopping Conrad. She's either getting the shots or she's getting the foul opportunities down underneath. And so Cougars have been fronting her and then bringing backside help on the entry passes is really good. And the cuts, Conrad's been able to drive through and draw the foul most every time. So interesting to see how the Cougars make some stops defensively. Offensively, Cougars doing a good job of mixing it up. They've been able to get some stuff on the outside, on the inside. Just like to see a few more of those threes drop, because they've had some good looks. So starting lineups remain the same for the Lady Cougars. Beaver, Doris, Stout, Nelson, and Sanchez. So ball tipped out. And it'll stay Cougars ball. I pass into Stout. Stout gets set. Drives into Doris. Doris skip pass over to Beaver. Beaver looking into the high post, not there. There's that cut, but back, instead of cutting into Ella, she passes it back out for the three. Stout, nice find. Nelson just too hard. So good bounce pass into Nelson in the short corner. Boachik able to secure the loose ball. All over to Diaz. Diaz controls. Boachik down to Mays. Mays loses control of the ball. Gilligan. Pass to Diaz. Diaz for three. Short. Good box out by Doris. Able to get the low rebound. Over to Sanchez. Sanchez for the long two. Limbs out. Nice rebound by Nelson. Jump ball. Man, we got an early timeout by McAuley. So Cougars running a similar play where they get the ball in the high post and then they cut the opposite high post down to the block. But what it does is it does create two choices out to the wing for a three look. So they pass it out there, but nicely covered by McAuley. So McAuley here today with 6 girls on the basketball team and 12 girls, 12 cheerleaders. So you wonder if maybe they could ask or recruit some of those girls to come out from the cheerleading team over to the basketball team. As we get into the second half here. So nobody in significant foul issue. There's a couple players. I think Nelson's got 3, and I think maybe Gilligan has 3. So it's tough to watch going here into the second half, as fouls become a significant issue when you only have 6 players for McAuley. So the Lady Cougars just a little flat coming out of halftime. It's going to be McAuley's ball as Cougars go full man. Boachik throwing the ball into Gilligan. Gilligan dribbles off her feet. So kind of a pass on the low into the outside. And so now it'll be Cougars ball after the turnover. On to Beaver. Man, look at that backdoor cut. Oh my gosh. McAuley playing so high in their zone. Ball's tipped. Ella be able to come through after the block and secure a good shot. So good play by Nelson. Boachik and another travel. It's kind of plagued her tonight. After she picks up her dribble, she just drags that back foot. So Beaver. To the high post. Cut. You get that high post, and they're playing, McAuley's playing so high in their zone. There's so many opportunities. Skip pass, tough skip pass. You're going to get a foul on Sanchez. So skip pass by Stout. That's over, and it's kind of contested. And Diaz had the position. That'll just be Julia's first foul. They haven't reset the team fouls on the scoreboard table, so it shows that there's 6 by New Heights. That is not accurate. So yeah, they get the ball to the high post, and they're looking for that other high flasher to cut through the middle of the lane. But the weak side is backdoor cut is way open. In fact, with them cheating so high up on, oh wait, so so it's going to be Colley's ball. Nelson putting pressure on, drops back. Cougars set back in his zone. Boacek struggling with the pressure from Stout. Picks up the ball, good play. Good pressure by Stout, just frustrating Boacek. Just playing really tight pressure. Off to Gilligan. They're looking to set the offense. Oh, nice block by Nelson. Conrad able to, Gilligan for the rebound, put back. Loose ball. Conrad goes up and going to draw another foul. Not quite sure who this is on. If this is on Nelson. Nope, not on Nelson, so that's going to be on Doris. That's her second foul. And deja vu as Conrad goes to the line. So again, without kind of keeping track here, just my anecdotal feeling is about half their points have been Conrad at the free throw line. Nelson secures the rebound. Wide, the lead. Oh, nice play. Kind of that Coach B special. Get the ball up the court and find that cutter through the middle of the lane. Good hands by Nelson. Goes up, draws the foul on Diaz. So what a great, able to get the ball up the court and then immediately jump back quickly into defense. Diaz. See, well, that's her 4th foul. So tough from McAuley. So we got a substitution here as number 10, Burnt comes in. She comes in now. Diaz is going to set out for a while with 4 fouls. Nelson on the line. Long on the second. McAuley comes down with the rebound. Cougars stay in pressure. Putting pressure on Gilligan, screaming for help. Eric loses ball, pass up to Mays. Mays on the inside. Oh, and Conrad's going on the line. Conrad's coming to the line. This time the foul is on Doris. And with her 3rd foul, Quaddy's got to come in and release. So Cougars not really having a good answer for Conrad. They continue to create opportunities in the lane. It's an 11-point lead. Beaver drives through, passes up to Stout. Oh, just long, bounces off May's face. Ball, loose ball. Cougars reaching, and we're going to get a jump. And the ball's going to stay with the Cougars. 11-point lead, 31-20. On the Beaver. 4:40 left. Beaver sees the high pressure. Bounce pass over to Quaddy. Quaddy passes up to Beaver. Back over. Oh, Quaddy secures it. Passes out. Good save. Nice pass by Stout. Ball's blocked. Stout secures the loose ball. Back up to Beaver. One more to Sanchez. Sanchez open for three. Man, we got to get some of those to fall. Good look by Sanchez. Good shot. Oh, Stout comes through. Nice hands. Nelson just long. Stout finds the square. Good ball pressure by the Cougars. Nelson does not need to pick up her fourth. Be aware of the body. Mays. Oh, good hands by Sanchez to poke that ball loose. The Boacek was there. Pick up the loose ball and get the basket. Oh, into Nelson. Oh, it was wide open. And Sanchez good look. Just a little off her hands, but she had 2 points there. She could have turned around and held on to it. Stout throws the ball in. Over to Lackey. Lackey comes in for Nelson. Nelson grabs a breather. Oh, again. So Beaver having a tough time shooting over their height. It's been blocked several different times. It keeps driving in. This time she gets the foul on Boacek. Her second, which is the second team foul. Cougars struggling a little bit from the free throw line here in the second half. Beaver first, second. That's true. 34-22. Cougars getting behind the defenders. Ball up. Nice hands by Lackey to tip the ball loose. Block shot. And we're going to get a foul this time on, I believe, number 10, Burink. As she comes through for the rebound, knocks the ball out and draws the contact. 3 team fouls to 3 team fouls. Burick's first foul of the game. So McAuley wants to jump that center pass. All in. Stout. Ball's poked free. Turnover by the Cougars. Burink. Over to Gilligan. Hands by Beaver. Poked ball free. And secure it. Mays. Gets the ball looking in for a pass. Lackey knocks it loose. Good play by Lackey. Poked the ball out. Quaddy and Sanchez come out as Prater and Nelson come back in. Cougars stay man. Ball's loose. Good hands by Stout. Stout able to secure it. Pass over to Prater. Prater over to Beaver. Beaver pushing the ball up the court. It's about driving in. Bounce pass to Lackey. And we're going to get a push. So good find by Beaver. To pass the ball in. Lackey draws the foul. That's the third foul. Oh, nice. Good step through, yeah. Good play. So Lackey with the points off the good inbounds pass, bounce pass. Nelson frustrating. We're going to get a timeout. So Lady Warriors definitely getting frustrated with just the persistence of the pressure, which is yielding good results by New Heights. Just keep that pressure in. Keep it up high, and so the Cougars are able to extend a 14-point lead. Still haven't really been able to pull away yet. They keep the pressure on. And McAuley now with several players with 3 fouls and Diaz with 4. Cougars just, without McAuley having a very deep bench, just don't have very many resources.
It's lunchtime, so might as well go by and grab a hot dog and a concession stand.
Again, 12 cheerleaders and 6 basketball players are here tonight for McAuley for the Lady Warriors. Cougars running full man. That's the ball in. Oh, good play by Prater. So not full man, excuse me. Running a diamond press. Stout with the poke. Cougars doing a great job flying everywhere, jumping those, getting a hand on the passing. Brink to throw the ball in. Finds Gilligan, and she stepped out. The Cougars, great job on that pressure to get another turnover on that full court pressure. Pass into Beaver. Beaver back into Stout. Looks for the cutter, but gets poked by Mays. Lackey able to rip it free. Goes up for 2, unable to secure it. Prater back out. Open 3, off. Yeah, we're getting the looks. Just can't get those threes to fall. Imagine we'll get a few threes in practice here soon. Bad pass. Ella, for some reason, tips it to nobody. Get your second hand on that ball, Nelson. But breaks up an attempt to create kind of a fast break opportunity. So a good pass breakup regardless. Gilligan setting the ball up. A little confusion on defense. Picks up her dribble at the half court. Wojcik in. Just a good drive in. Good strong play by Conrad. Cougars do not foul this time, but she able to get the bucket. 24-12. Ball to Nelson. Lackey passes back out. That creates that opportunity. Long ball over Lackey's head on the rebound. Brink travels a little bit. Now Brink to bring the ball up. Cougars setting back into their zone. Prater on the ball. Pokes the ball free. Gets her feet set and rims out. But Stout was there to clean it up. 14-point lead. Good find to get the ball across the court. Ball to Conrad. Conrad continues. Ball in. Nice pass. Nice play to find Lackey. Was able to get the points. Oh, got to reach. Not called. Loose ball. We're going to get a travel. So Cougars reaching in there for the ball and able to find it. Quaddy's coming in now for Nelson. So I want to keep Nelson out of foul trouble here with 30 seconds left in the game, or in the third quarter. Quaddy to Stout. Over to Sanchez. Back to Stout. Stalling the game out a little bit here. Wojcik able to get a hand on the ball. Ooh, tough pass, but good find to Lackey. Sanchez able to find, gets the rebound. Ball's poked. Loose ball. Quaddy dives. A couple girls dive. Quaddy and... Okay, so now it's going to be... We've got Diaz checking back in. Brink, I'm sure they're getting Diaz some type of 3-look opportunity. No other reason to bring her in except this. Picks up the ball and clock runs out.
McCulloch at 26. New Heights Lady Cougars 4.
So into the third quarter. New Heights keeps the lead. 14-point lead, 26-40. Cougars still really don't have a good answer to stop Conrad. She gets that ball and she's able to create points and opportunities for herself. Cougars really effective in their press, creating several turnovers really off of McAuley's own hands. Dribbling the ball to bounds or inerrant passes. So really here, I'd like to see The fourth quarter is where New Heights can really press their advantage. A couple goals in foul trouble for McAuley. Also without having a deep bench, pretty gassed. And so, or could easily be gassed. I don't want to assume that they are gassed, but could easily get gassed here in the fourth quarter if the New Heights Lady Cougars can press their advantage, keeping the ball and the pressure up high. Force a turnover and just keep some fresh legs. So starters back in the game: Sanchez, Beaver, Stout, Nelson, and Doris. New Heights. Cougar stays zone. Tipped by Beaver. Wojak brings the ball in. Looks for a dribble. Stout able to steal the dribble. Stout pushing the ball up. Ball over to Beaver. Beaver for three. Man, we can't get one of those. Good rebound by Doris. Put back. Ball's loose. Nelson secures the ball. Fading backwards. Ball's so Bochek's trying to dribble the ball between her legs. Sanchez grabs the ball, brings it around to the front side, and then gets the jump ball, so it'll be Cougars ball. 7:32 left in the game. Right open. Oh, way open. Get a bucket. Oh, ball's blocked. And Gilligan secures the ball, brings the ball down. Beaver tight on defense. Diaz in there with 4 fouls. Mays passes the ball in. Oh, man. So Sanchez comes in. So Cougars continue to front Conrad. Sanchez comes in for the backside help. Conrad turns around into her, knocks her down, but they call the block on Sanchez. Bounce pass in, and another foul. This one again on Sanchez. So 2 quick fouls for Julia, who now has 3. Cougars team, and Conrad at the line. So again, the Cougars strategy to front and then provide the backside help. Those passing down to the post. And turnover by Nelson. So Ella had the ball out of bounds. Nobody stayed down to get the pass. Everybody went down there, and Nelson stepped out of bounds trying to get her strength to pass it in. Blocked by Nelson. Big time block. Let's get her feet work. Step. There we go. So big time block by Nelson. Secures the ball, and now we got a sloppy turnover by McAuley. Boacek threw the ball in to Diaz. Diaz was throwing the ball back into her to bring the ball down the court, but Boacek had not come in bounds fully. And so another sloppy inbounds turnover. Oh, nice find. Ella, too soft. Maybe the ball is tipped a little bit. Nice poke by Beaver. Long. Don't get a frustration. She does. So don't get a frustration foul. So Jessie gets the steal, but shoots it too long. And so that's her 3rd foul. Cougars have a 15-point lead, but now have 3 team fouls with 6:49 left on the game clock. Diaz open. Passes the ball back to Gilligan. Gilligan back to Diaz. Goes over to Boacek for 3. And she makes it. Ball in. Good hustle back by Conrad to break that up as Doris had an opportunity to turn it. So McAuley making their 3s. Just going to get the Cougars going. Ball into Doris. Back into Stout. Fights through the pressure. Bounce pass to Ella. Ella has the lane. Nice cut and take by Nelson. It's a good drive by Nelson. really missing her points here the past several games. All into Conrad and Sanchez. Well, and Conrad's going to go to the line. So Ella's got the front side defense. So she's putting the pressure on the low side. Conrad curls around, and Sanchez reaches through. That's 4 fouls on her. Now, the tough part about that, I don't want to say she flopped it. She lost her footing or something, and it threw down. I don't know if Sanchez ripped her down, but they definitely called that hit on the floor. So ball up to Stout. Stout pump fakes back up to Beaver. Beaver for 3. Off on the 3-pointer, back over to Beaver. To Stout. Stout looks at Nelson, got gummed up there. Good entry pass. Oh, tough skip pass. Sanchez able to secure it. Dribbles through the double team, triple team, quadruple team. And we're going to get travel. Yep. They got the hand on the ball and she just kind of dragged it. So Sanchez with 4 fouls is going to have to sit for a while as Prater comes in. 13-point lead for the Cougars. 5:41 left in the game. Long pass. Stout comes through. Nice poke by Doris. And we're going to get a jump ball. Boacek and Beaver hanging on to the ball. McAuley definitely looking gassed. Most players haven't had much of a breather this whole game, if any. Good play by Doris. Trying to get that ball in to Conrad. Ball to Conrad, and we're going to a foul.
Conrad draws the foul.
Oh. Conrad with the vast majority of the team's points, and probably most of her points are right exactly where she is at the free throw line. Good on the first. Cougars maintain a 12-point lead, 5:32 left in the game. Conrad with her second. Good on the second. Cougars push the ball up. Stout, oh, nice pass. Gets the ball to Prater. Prater back up to Nelson. Beaver sees her lane, steps through, draws the foul. And she's going to go to the line. That foul's on Gilligan. That's 4 fouls now on Gilligan. So the 2 primary ball handlers for New Heights, or excuse me, for McAuley, is Diaz and Gilligan, who both have 4 fouls. A good shot by Beaver makes the first. It's only 1 team foul. McAuley doing what they can to stay out of any more foul trouble than they're already in. Only 1 team foul left here. They're so far in the 4th. And shot falls through. 13-point lead. Ball to Gilligan. Gilligan skip pass, throws it long, and a turnover. So the Cougars maintain just that pressure, take advantage of their opportunity with fresher legs. More ball hands. Doris with the opportunity gets behind the defense. Good. 15-point lead now for New Heights. Wonder if this is the opportunity they had to kind of pull away. Ball up, low check. Picks up her dribble, up to Diaz. Diaz for 3. I shouldn't say anything. What am I talking about getting ahead here? 12-point lead. Oh, and just pass over. Cougars pulled up a 15-point lead. I thought maybe this is the opportunity they had to pull ahead, and then we've got a 3 by Diaz. So McAuley shooting significantly better at range than New Heights. I don't think we've had a made 3 so far this game. We've probably had 12 or so looks. at the 3, and most of those are not rushed. Most of those are in rhythm, in the offense, just unable to find any consistency at range. Maybe we've had 1 3, I don't know. So 4:45 left in the game. Plenty of time here for the Cougars to press their advantage. Continue to put the pressure on. I said McAuley's both 2 primary ball handlers, Diaz and Gilligan, with 4 fouls each. And Cougars still don't have a good answer for stopping Conrad, as they've continued to struggle, as she's either getting a shot or a free throw each time. So Sanchez checked back in the game for the Lady Cougars. So she has 4 fouls. Nelson with 3, Doris with 3. Everybody else is just fine. So McAuley's ball out of bounds. Cougars keep the pressure on to Conrad. She's going to bring the ball up. Pass over Bocek. Bocek drives in. Ball pressure. Ball into Conrad. Conrad unable to get the shot. That's a carry. So ball's tipped loose. So the ball's tipped. As Jessie goes to secure it, she carries the ball. So ball into Gilligan. Bocek drives in. Almost picks up her pivot. Gilligan looks into the paint. Wide open. And now a 10-point lead for the Lady Cougars. Creates a little space, tough pass into the high post. Ella gets the shot, leaves it short, dribbles through, toes the line, but said she was on the line. Towed it as best she could as she was trying to get the ball into Doris, but stepped on the line. Ball back in to Diaz. Diaz dribbles behind her back. Easily read by Sanchez. Nice find. And Long on the shot. Diaz secures the rebound. 1-on-1. Gilligan steps through and going to get called for the block on Nelson. And Gilligan go to the line to shoot 2. So that's the 4th foul on Nelson. And Gilligan goes to the line and matches out. 10-point lead. Only a 10-point lead for the Lady Cougars. This is the closest it's been since the first quarter. Chance to cut it to a single-digit lead here as Gilligan's shot goes long. And Jessie Beavers secures the rebound, sets up the offense. Gives the ball to Stout. Over to Beaver. Cougars get the ball into Nelson. Nelson looks opposite. Hoping to find Doris on the cut. Not there. Tough pass. Hard, but good. Nelson gets the bucket. 50-38. Nelson reads that pass. So good steal. Lady Cougars content to take their time. Run some clock. Sanchez tries to find Nelson on the cut, but Gilligan gets the steal. And she's going to drive all the way. Bocek gets the rebound and the putback, keeps it a 10-point lead. Sanchez secures the pass. Again, no rush for the Lady Cougars with a 10-point lead, 2.5 minutes left in the game. Skip back over, three, short. Sanchez gets a good rebound and a putback. And it's 12-point lead again, 2 minutes left. Picks up her dribble, nowhere to go. Diaz, Boachik. And it's 10 seconds, so good defensive possession again by the Cougars. Nelson's going to grab a breather. And Lackey comes in. And now number 10, Brink comes in. As Gilligan sits down. Off the high post, swarming defense. She thought about it for a second. Got her feet set and everything, but decided not to. Lackey sets the screen. Bounce pass to Lackey. Mays was there, ready for it. She walks. No call. Boachik, ball's tip. Oh. He was able to secure it. Nice passing. 14-point lead, minute 22 left in the game. Brings the ball to the center of the court. Stout pokes the ball free. We're going to get a jump. And it's going to be Cougars ball. 14-point lead. A substitution here is Sanchez grabs a seat and Prater comes in for New Heights. Ball back into Beaver. No rush here for the Lady Cougars. It's cost the timeline. Beaver dribbling. All to Stout. Over to Doris. Cougars again. Just running out the clock here. Beaver goes for three. Air ball. Two girls trying to save it. Cougars' three shooting woes continue as a team. Really poor three shooting for Lady Cougars this morning. Diaz, maybe a little push off, drives in, loses control of the ball, he's gonna hang on to it. It's covered by Lackey, she's trying to find Conrad. And just throws it over the head of Conrad. I mean, we see some substitutions here. But none. Beaver brings the ball up. Cougars with a 14-point lead. Nobody's going to foul. Just going to let the clock run out here. Ball's tipped. Doris. Back to Doris. High post to Lackey. Back out to Beaver. Boachik not giving up here. And Lady Cougars win the final game of the consolation bracket against the McAuley Warriors. Final score 54-40. Lady Cougars have their whole team back here, so it's good to see them find that rhythm, get everybody together as they come through and come out with the win. Cougars really kind of dominated from the get-go, but really struggled against Conrad. And so we'll play them later in the season. And so it'll be interesting to see what the Cougars do to kind of make those adjustments as they come back, and we'll play Lady Conrad. So in a Gym City tournament here in Diamond, Cougars able to finish the tournament with a win. So we'll be back for our next game. I'm not quite sure where it is off the top of my head where the Lady Cougars play, but I'm sure we got a game next week. So thanks for listening in, and go Cougars.